Hey guys, I'm Burnt Marshmallow here, and welcome back to the Starcraft 2 replay, where we are going to watch my game replay, I guess. I don't know. So welcome back, guys, to another video. And I know it's been a while since, a couple of days since I last posted my vlog the other day on Thursday, I believe. And basically what happened was, quick story short, my family friends came over, just came to sleep over, and I decided I had my room for an entire weekend. So yeah, but they actually moved out yesterday, but I was super tired, and I feel like not doing anything but relax yesterday and sleep. So here we are on Monday, this rainy Monday. But anyways, we're playing as a Zerg, and here's I'm here playing as a Zerg with 3 other Zerg and 1 Protoss, and this is gonna be one hectic of a game. Well, sort of, at least. We're going to get 2 or 3 Protosses and 1 Terran. This is kind of opposite day, where we have 1 Protoss on our team and they have 1 Terran on their team, and they have all 3 Protoss on their team. Anyways, yeah. So basically, my plan when I first started this game was to immediately go air as fast as I possibly can, and basically maximize my my output of harassment. I guess just try to harass as much as I can. Obviously, they're going to try right here. Tio was actually trying to cannon rush us, but he failed because cannon rush is actually not as easy as many people make it to be. It's actually kind of easy to stop. It's also kind of hard to do if you're not too sneaky about it. But obviously, we're going to successfully stop this. While that's going on, I immediately took gold when I had a chance. Same with yellow. So because getting gold, you had to be like the first one to get gold because yeah. And then I want to go so make more units as fast and as possible as I possibly can. And yeah, so right now blue, he will go just try to do a stalker rush pretty soon. Actually, that's why he's got a siren. It's quarter under 2 minutes. And right now I'm going to pump out queen as soon as I can. And yeah, so nothing really happens in the first few minutes early in the game because right now everybody's just making whatever, as making the units and stuff, and teal and green were actually going to rush pretty soon. However, they won't rush simply because of this guy gamer, which is calling him. He will actually is gonna make stalkers pretty soon, so doing a rush will basically be it wouldn't work for if we rushed them because we couldn't, and especially since they walled off this area with cannons, which was actually kind of smart of them. So while that's going on, we're just building up an economy, maximizing our output to make more units, as you can tell. Yeah. So yeah, and basically what I'm going to try to make is mealless as fast as possible can. Like I said earlier, try to go for that. Because right now my plan was to get basically maximize my workers here, and same with this space, and then build a base right here. That was my plan. As you can see, I'm actually gonna make a base right now over here now. And now I'm going to try to basically build as much stuff as I possibly can. We're already 3 minutes in, and I already got a 3rd base going on, which is actually a pretty good record for me because it actually takes me a while to get 3rd base going up, but yeah, but now I'm actually, and here comes the stalkers. This guy, he has 2 stalkers. He's making more on the way here. Obviously, he is actually doing a pretty good job by actually taking care of OJ over here. Obviously, OJ is getting old. He will pop out a sentry, which he should have popped out a stalker instead. That would be my choice, but because yeah, I don't know why. But anyways, he will try to attack. And right now, all the rest of us, however, don't have any units right now, except for minus green Zerglings. However, he will try to attack blue here. However, he couldn't because this bubble is actually blocking him. So he's gonna go back and and we group a bit. And then this time I actually am making Zerglings so that I could actually combat blue and help out my teammate, because I knew that if once they take out OJ, it's all basically game over for us, because then it's going to open up the floodgates. Right now, purple is actually going to try and make battle cruisers, as you can tell. Obviously, yellow is actually going to attack here. But anyways, back to yellow. he's actually going to make some some battle cruisers. And while this is going on, Blue is actually going to try this. Blue's going to try to stop Red, and now he's actually going to attack Blue's worker line here in the back. And this is right about the same time where I decided to go help out OJ and send my Zerglings to their doom. And yeah, so basically we kind of help fend off Blue. And obviously I'm going to send my Zerglings to their deaths because I had basically no use of them. So, because at that point I was going to make Mealist, not Zerglings. So I decided I'm going to just get rid of them because that to me I had like no point using them, especially since I gave my Spire up here right now. Obviously I'm going to take out Stalker here. I just took a lot of the Stalkers, but obviously my entire Zergling army just died there. My squadron. It was more of a suicide squad if anything. But anyways, over here we just continue making our working lines, putting out overlords here like I always do in this. Especially this type of map, I always put my overlords here since it's kind of hard for an enemy to get there. Because sometimes they're usually like a defense lined up, so it's kind of help mitigate the harassment of our overlords. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm actually making more overlords so that I can pump out while my gas is going up. Well, I'm saving up gas because the more gas you have, the better. Especially if you try to make mealist, you need a lot of gas to actually make mealist, because it takes 100 gas and like 100 minerals to make one mealist. So you need quite a few resources. So I've been sending off my workers into the gas extractor. I forgot the name, but so that I can make more mealist. And while that's going on, purple is making battle cruisers. And teal will actually go with carriers pretty soon. Red is actually going to make some phoenixes or oracles, but however later on he will make some phoenixes, which honestly was kind of annoying to deal with, especially during this game. I had to, dealing with phoenixes is not fun sometimes, especially when you have a lot of them. They're more annoying than a threat to me, basically, because unless you have like a entire build where you have like only a bunch of mealist, then that can't be threatening. Obviously during this time I didn't know he was making at this point I didn't realize that he was making phoenixes, so I just started continue making mealist because I thought, hey, why not. Obviously he's going to try to harass our back lines pretty soon. And while that's going on, I am basically just doing whatever I can. Blue is going to switch. He's going to make a ground build. As you can tell, he's going to make Stalkers and Immortals, which is pretty good. However, for air build, it's not too good. Obviously, Red here is actually sending his oracles, and he is going to attack my mineral lines. Luckily, I have some mealist over here, so I should have been having more aware, especially since my overlords were right here. I didn't realize it at first until he started attacking me. And yeah, so basically he's just going to attack me. I mean, mealist are still very slow. He at least took out half my workers here. However, I am going to basically destroy his oracles, and they're gone. They're basically gone. During this time, Blue is now going to try to do a Frontal Assault by himself, which is kind of bold. Obviously, at first I was going to think of going head in, but I realized how much Stalker there is, and since I saw my enemy's build, I decided my allies build. I realized, hey, I'm going to harass his line since I figured he won't have any cannons or defense nearby. So while Blue's going to destroy these rocks, I felt that my teammates could easily handle this, so I decided, hey, I'm going to attack his worker line, and I actually did a lot of damage to his base right here. Basically took a pretty decent amount of probes, and there's this time he decided to go back and help defend his workers. And this one I decided to go and harass some more because I felt I have free reign. Unknown to me, this guy has phoenixes, and I didn't know how many he had, but I felt I need to get out there because at first I was going to take the bait, but then I saw the Stalkers, and that's when I decided to go head back because I realized I can't really harass because the phoenixes and plus the cannons here are it won't be good for Ameolus. So I decided to make a 4th base right here now since nobody decided to take it. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take it. And so yeah, during this time, purple is gonna make some more battle cruisers, as well as teal's gonna make some carriers, and blue's gonna continue making on his ground build. I really want to take care of, you know, yeah, and so I actually saw teal was basically gonna take this base here, but I decided not to let him and massacre his probes. I was thinking of attacking here, however, after seeing the cannons and the stalkers here, I thought it wouldn't be worth it, so I decided to send them back. And there is time I realized I need to make some Corruptors as fast as I possibly can to deal with his Phoenix, because right now all he's going to do is just make Phoenixes. And obviously, purple, I don't know what he's doing with his battle cruisers, but yeah, he is making battle cruisers, and battle cruisers are actually going to be pretty hard to deal with if you just have a pure Ameolus build. So pretty soon I'm going to start switching up to Corruptors, because I feel like I'm going to be a support unit more, so I'm going to just build Corruptors and basically take out the Phoenixes, because like Corruptors are good against Phoenixes. So I decided to make Corruptors and a mix of Corruptors and Ameolus. However, pretty soon I will start phasing out the Ameolus with Corruptors, and actually we'll make Vipers too pretty soon. Once I have enough, once this gets upgraded to a layer, to a hive now layer. I'm going to upgrade to the hive, and then yeah. Right now, purple he is going to actually drop right here, and he's going to basically secure this area, especially with battle cruisers, which means it's going to be pretty hard to take out this base without losing a lot of, you know, troops, and in the end, would it be worth it? You know, he is going to get the Kiami build. It would be worth it right now. In fact, it would have been bad for us, especially for me, since I don't have that many Corruptors to begin with. And actually, I am making more Corruptors on the way, so just to deal with the Phoenixes, which are right here. And right now, blue, he is building up his forces here. Same with teal. He is making up his carrier fleet. So far as I realized, I'm the only one who has a pure air build, where everybody else is just mostly all ground. Obviously, I spotted the stalkers on the way here, and I feel like they are going to attack here. So I was telling my teammates, hey, we need to be careful. They're going to attack here. So right now, they're going to basically ambush them. Right now, purple is going to put his carriers here. I mean, his battle cruisers here, and right now blue is going to try to take down this wall, and he decides to back off, realize he's not in a good position, and he decided to back off and actually retreat, because now all his units are going to get punished by all our forces combined. I'll see they're going to get ambushed by a bunch of locusts. I'll see the carriers are actually taking out the locusts pretty efficiently. However, I'm going to send my air fleet or air swarm, I should say, and take out the carriers. And I actually did a lot. I actually took out most of his carrier fleet. And yeah, we actually took out most of his carriers. And I guess that's when I decided to back off, because that's when I realized, oh shit, purple made some backers, and I decided to back off. Obviously, teal left the game for some odd reason. I don't know why he left the game. Maybe he just felt, oh, we're lost, and he decided to leave. If he would have stayed, it would have been a lot harder for us, but since he left, then yeah. Obviously, I decided to come back and help my allies out with the battle cruisers. Obviously, the Phoenixes are going to come by and actually take out my Ameolus pretty efficiently. And locusts are, I don't know why, I think he's just going to attack here. He should have attacked here instead, but obviously with this ground force, he's going to just basically hold them off as possibly can. Obviously, the Phoenixes are, I hate what the Phoenixes do. They follow your units and they kind of kill off a lot of you, man. Obviously, he's going to come in and try to take on my Corruptors. However, I actually made more. And actually, taking out his taking out his Phoenixes. However, I actually made a lot more. If you think, oh, that's all I made, no, I made a lot more. Especially with my 4 hatcheries. Obviously, he's going to just go in and try to go guns blazing and be a nuisance to us. However, he's not doing a very good job. of taking out his overlords, he's just basically becoming more of a nuisance. He's actually losing out more phoenixes than he's killing units, so he should back off, because, you know, he is taking a lot of damage, especially his phoenixes from the Neoliths and Queens. So at this point, he should just left. He should immediately left and stay with the battle cruisers. So yeah, while this is going on, the BCs are actually going to target Green's extra base right here. This I am making more Neoliths and Vipers, as because I knew I needed to have Vipers to combat against this mass Phoenixes. And personally, I don't personally making just Phoenixes is not a good idea, especially since, like, if an enemy decides to make units like Corruptors and Vipers, you're gonna have a bad time unless you know how to micro Phoenixes pretty well. Obviously, here with a combination of my allies and our Corruptors, we're gonna take out these carriers pretty efficient. I mean, battle cruisers pretty efficient and fast. And same thing with Purple. He's actually going to try to use his Molly cannon to take out Corruptors, but in this instance, it's not that idea. It's not really worth it to use Molly cannons to take out Corruptors, simply due to the fact that oh man, I was there in that time. I forgot about this part. Blue actually took out my base, and however, he is actually going to be a pretty heavy force of Hydralisk and Dark Templar, so he's going to pull back immediately, because, you know, staying there is going to be a terrible time. At this time, I decided to save my larva and make a bunch of drones. But as I was saying, making just battle cruisers and against Corruptors, even if you use mod cannons against the Corruptors will still come out on top, simply due to the fact that Corruptors are made to combat against capital ships, and the mod cannon won't save them, unlike Vorbays. Because Corruptors, you can make a lot more Corruptors in a lot less time than Vorbays, and you could make them a lot faster than Vorbays. And obviously, I had the Vipers with me to combat against both the battle cruisers and the Phoenixes. So obviously, he's going to secure his base here. I obviously tell my allies, hey, we need to take this out as fast as possibly can, because I feel like we cannot have purples with this. So early on in this game, it would have been hard for us to take this out, but now since we have a pretty good size force, we can easily take it out. Yellow's going to send his swarm of locusts and attack purple base, and Green's going to do this little suicide thing and take out the Corruptor. I mean, take out the battle cruisers. Man, it's not my day today. And there is time I am like stalking around finding an opening. Obviously, he's going to try to destroy the command center. And there's time, however, he is making a lot more Dark Templar, and he is actually bringing some observers. And there was time I'm just like patrolling around, because I knew that this many Corruptors could take out all his battle cruiser fleet. Honestly, I should have just went in it, since there's only like 1 or 2 turrets here. That would have been enough. However, the Phoenixes obviously came here again. Honestly, I realized the Phoenixes is actually not using his gravity beam, which he should have used his max potential, but he didn't. So I was going to try to use the Vipers to cast a what's it called, the ability? I forgot the ability, damn. The bomb thing, the Parasitic Bomb, yeah, it's called Parasitic Bomb. I decided to use that against the Phoenixes, and they're actually doing a lot of damage to the Phoenixes. And he's actually lost a lot of, Phoenixes to that one single spell. He's just going to come around and try to take out my Corruptors, and I'm just following suit. However, he is going to fall victim to, basically the spore crawlers and all that. So at this point, I decided just to leave him alone. Yeah. And there is time he is actually making, Blue is still gathering up his forces. And same thing with Purple. He's actually making more and more units as he possibly can. Obviously, there's still being a nuisance. Phoenixes against Corruptors is not a good idea. During this time, there are just so many swarm hosts blocking the Stalkers and the Dark Templars that they're basically getting slaughtered, and of course they're going to barrel, and they're going to run away because these guys are going to quickly with the observers held, the Locusts can easily take out a lot of the Dark Templars. Obviously, Phoenixes are not that good against Corruptors and Vipers, because if you have Vipers especially, doing a personic bomb on the massive phoenixes. Those phoenixes are going to drop like flies, and they're just going to get destroyed. So honestly, this guy, he should at least made void rays and carriers or something, not just a pure phoenix build, especially at this point where majority of our allies team is mostly ground units. He should have just made void rays. Obviously, yellow is actually going to keep harassing our boy purple here, and obviously he is destroying a lot of on purple's base, destroying a lot of his SUVs. Obviously, the battle cruisers come in and help out. We didn't really get to destroy purple's fourth base, I should say. Obviously, phoenixes over here are actually becoming more a nuisance. I mean, if a lot of phoenixes against like a small number of corruptors, like right here, then yeah, I can see them taking out. But if it's like an even matchup, corruptors will win, especially with the help of vipers, and that's why I decided to come and help. See, I have like a lot of corruptors right here. Let's see how much we have. I have about 42, and so that should be more enough to deal with the 21 phoenixes. Obviously, he was going to try. I don't know what he was trying to do here, but he should have just backed off. He should have just backed off as well, because despite making more and more phoenixes, he cannot deal with this massive corruptors and vipers, especially of like a full energy viper. They could easily decimate all these carriers. I mean, all these phoenixes right here. During this time, blue is actually will switch to carriers this time, because he realized that he can't deal with this overwhelming ground force. So yeah. And honestly, I think blue made a right decision here, because with his with like just an ordinary ground build, it's not going to work out well. Obviously, I'm going to come in and destroy as much phoenixes as I possibly can. I'm going to use my vipers to help destroy these guys, and oh my gosh, despite him destroying all my vipers, I managed to get the piercing bomb, and I actually managed to destroy a lot of his phoenixes, or damage him a lot. So they're basically, like I said, they could drop like flies. And honestly, he should have switched to carriers or something instead of just purely base phoenixes, because pretty soon that's going to buy him an ass later on. He's obviously going to send his units and try to do as much damage as he possibly can to me. We could basically be a pain in our asses here. He's going to try to take our overlords, but they're just not like that. Just obviously got his phoenixes just got massacred there. Anyways, he is actually going to take out my units. I actually saw what's going on, and I didn't realize he had a observer here, so I just hit all my units here. And right now, this is just a miniature waiting period for now, and obviously that happened. And this he should have went Vikings instead of corrupt, because as soon as he realized I was making corruptors, because corruptors do phenomenally well against Vikings do phenomenally well against corruptors usually. But since you just make a bunch of battle cruisers, they won't do well against corruptors, especially since there's a lot of them, and your mod cannons won't help. Obviously, he's going to try to take on my base. Obviously, I didn't realize at the time I was I forgot what I was doing, but I was doing something. And right now he's going to try to use his mod cannon to take out these Archons. However, unknown to him, my carriers are my corruptors. Keep saying carries. My corruptors are going to come in and take out, or we're trying to take out his battle cruisers. He teleported back here, and I tell him, hey, we need to take out this base once and for all. We can't have this here. Obviously, the phoenixes here are going to basically help support the battle cruisers, and all our allies are going to get up here and basically take out this base once and for all, because we all realize that purple can't have this area. So we're going to come in and charge. He's going to take out some turrets here and there, yes, you can't see. And that's when I decided to go in and attack. And you see, my corruptors are actually doing a lot of damage against these phoenixes. We are using Personic Bomb against both the battle cruisers and the phoenixes. And this is going to do a major damage to both these guys right here. The phoenixes are actually getting destroyed here. He has to back up pretty soon. Same thing with the purple. His carrier is getting destroyed. And obviously this is blue's carriers are going to try to take us out. However, there's just way too many corruptors. There are very few carriers. He's going to try to pull out as much as he can before losing a lot of carriers. I decided to back out and focus more on the battle cruisers because I feel that's more of a threat, and I'm just taking them out a lot. I am actually taking out his battle cruisers pretty fast and efficiently, because I know having this many battle cruisers is terrible. Obviously, some of them were trying to use their mono cannons, but yeah, despite the mono cannons doing, despite the despite the battle cruisers, the mono cannon doing one-shotting. Let me repeat that. Sorry. Despite the battle cruisers could easily one-shot the Corruptors, which just one mono cannon. That's just one down Corruptor, and it takes a lot of time to activate the mono cannon, and especially with this much Corruptors, it's just gonna be terrible. Obviously, Blue is gonna become a nuisance to us. He is going to help defend and destroy against OJ's forces. During this time, that's when I saw that Purple is still determined to have this their base, and I realized, hey, he can't have this. And obviously, I guess I missed this. I'm pretty sure that I took out this base right here. I'm pretty sure I did before he could even build it up. But anyways, Red is going to become more of a pain in the ass, and actually decide to attack and kill all these juicy overlords here. And this overlord has a weird shady bug, lightning bug. He looks like he's glowing, but he's not some special overlord. Anyways, these overlords are going to be... now as you can tell, I'm actually going to destroy Purple's base. Obviously, he's going to try and repair it, but obviously, look, yeah, he died. And obviously, Blue decided and left the game because he can't do anything against this massive fleet. He can't really deal with this massive Corruptors, and yeah, because right now if we would just make carriers from the start and barely attack, I'm pretty sure it would have been a lot harder of a game for my team. But anyways, these Phoenixes have become more of a pain in the ass and start destroying all our overlords, and that's when I decided to finish this nuisance of a force. During this time, Purple is going to attack my base, and so basically they're becoming more of a pain in the ass on my part. Obviously, my Corruptors are going to do a lot of damage to his Phoenixes. Obviously, he's going to try me up with the backwards here. He is actually destroying a lot. He destroyed my 4th base here, which I got pretty pissed about, honestly, because that was like my only source of gas income. Also, my teammate later on, spoiler alert, he actually took this base later on, but which kind of did piss me off too, because I'm kind of like a greedy bastard. I actually needed that base, but whatever. Anyways, he's going to basically, I don't know why he decided to send fire. Was teleport back to the base and help out here. And yet again, he's trying to use the mono cannons. However, some of them are not able to shoot it off. And obviously, I put GG because I literally took out all his Phoenixes and battle cruisers. Sorry, I keep saying carriers. Took out both their fleets with ease. And right now, we destroy much of their bases here. And Red decided to hide his popes here and make some more bases here. Make another base here. And right now, we're just absolutely demolishing their main base here. And yeah, it's actually become more... right now, we're winning right now, as we basically have control of their map, basically. And right now, he is continuing to make more battle cruisers. But at this point, this is his mistake. He decided to make some Ravens too, to get that, Heat Seeker. Not the Heat Seeker, but the one missile that they replaced with the Heat Seeker. And because it actually, when it hits your unit, it actually lowers the armor, but it's not that effective when you have this many Corruptors. Obviously, and Red is still making Phoenixes, which I don't know why he is. He should continue making some other build instead, because at this point, we're just destroying the bases. Obviously, Green is making some Brute Lords, and basically just start demolishing their bases here and there. Obviously, Blue was going to try and land here, but of course, my Corruptors are going to prevent that from saying, no, not today, and basically prevent him from making a base. I decided to take Purple base here, and these carriers are becoming more and more a nuisance, so I decided to come in and just absolutely just finish them off. Since these Corruptors have, 2 attack and 1 armor, they could easily take out the carriers. Well, they actually have the same stats, really. Never mind, but they're not that much carriers to deal with, so I could easily destroy them. Obviously, red is not going to do anything against these zealots because these zealots are just absolutely destroying red's defenses. Obviously, he made purple made 3 ravens, and obviously red made another base here. However, it's going to quickly gets destroyed because it's. I think this was a misclick here or whatever. I don't know what's red doing right now, but he's obviously not taking control of his base, and obviously his last and only resort of resources gets destroyed, or source of resources gets destroyed, and obviously his the phoenixes are just going to try and take out all their brute lords and carriers. I mean corruptors. Sorry. Obviously, to be honest, I was really kind of afraid of these ravens at first, but I decided just to go all in since there's no point of being hiding. So I decided to let green corruptors take the damage first and then come in. I'm pretty sure I come in as I decided to attack red's phoenixes first. Obviously he's going to get the heat seeker missile off, or not heat seeker. I forgot what basically is a heat seeker missile. It's practically it, but obviously we just basically destroy all of his ravens and all his battle cruisers, and we basically destroy his entire fleet. And honestly, I don't know why purple was still in the game. I guess he thought there is still hope, but really, red even knew there was no hope, especially since all his phoenixes keep getting destroyed. And we just send all the units in and just basically commit the fireball. As for me, I could make brute lords, but I don't have enough gas at the moment because I could probably make 1 or 2, but that's about it. But I decided to stay corrupted. But he's gonna make more battle cruisers. Honestly, he should have made a liberators and Vikings, but at this point it doesn't really matter. Even if it made like a mixture of Vikings and liberators or just Viking build, they would have still won't do anything really against this many corruptors, because I'm pretty sure this is like about like roughly 3 stack, yeah 3 stack of corruptors or 2 stack of corruptors, and so it's going to become easy mind bombing. I decided to come in and destroy purple's starports because I knew there was no point. So yeah, that's basically the end of the game. For the enemy team, they should have just made any other unit besides just solely battle cruisers and phoenixes. What would have helped was if red would have made voidways, and if purple would have made Vikings instead. Because what he did was they made just solely and just purely Viking battle cruisers and phoenixes, and you don't want to make those two again, especially against corruptors, especially against Zerg, 2 Zerg players, especially since Zerg have basically all control over. Basically have control all over the map. Basically, you just want to have something more cost effective and that can easily trade efficiently against corruptors. And voidways and Vikings wouldn't done that. Vikings have a much longer range than the corruptors do, if you micro them pretty well. And voidways can do very good against armored flying units, especially corruptors. So they should have done that instead, because at this point, just making purely battle cruisers and phoenixes, it won't go well, especially since if the enemy has corruptors or units that counter against phoenixes and battle cruisers. They should make any other unit, and if tier was in a game, it would have been a bit harder for us actually, because I could imagine that. Obviously, we won here, but honestly, I could imagine that it would have been much harder for us, especially since later on, blue later on did make carriers in the end. However, it was a little bit too late since there were just too many corruptors on the field. So yeah, but yeah, that was about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, so since you guys are here, don't you guys press the like button down below, and also comment on what else I should do or how I can improve my channel. Also share this with your friends, families, and all that. And also subscribe to this channel, and all those actions will greatly help this channel out immensely. We're 17 away from our subscriber goal to 50 subscribers by the end of this summer. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, so the Burnt Marshmallow signing out. Bye.